Hi everybody! First of all, thank you so much for being here with me, for tuning into my channel, for trusting me with your private readings. This is only the beginning of such a long journey, but it has been so fun already. I want to thank you guys for your patience this month with me being on vacation and that energy that Cancer season brought. Healers need healing too, and I've had to take some time to focus on myself and the things that are changing in my life as well as my private clients. So thank you guys for your patience with me getting these readings out. I promise that August will be a lot smoother. With that being said, I also have a new service that I'm offering. It's not on my site yet, so you're going to have to email me if you are interested in this. All that information to contact me for readings is below, so check the description box, okay? Please don't email me on Facebook or message me on Facebook. For some reason, I don't get the notifications for like a day or two, and I don't want you waiting that long. I always answer email within 24 hours. So also, right now, I'm booking about a week out, so by the time you contact me and I respond, it's usually about 5 to 7 days to get your reading, okay? So the new service I have is called Soul Medicine. So it is the soul spread plus 5 custom channeled affirmations that are based on what your soul needs to kind of process the information that came out in the spread and move out of blocks, as well as a candle inscribed and lit with the intention to clear your field of all energy that is not yours. Okay, we're all very porous and we tend to take in a lot of people's energy, even if we do cleansings regularly on ourselves. So the intention of this candle, it's a white candle. I light it after I do your reading with the intention to clear your field of any energy that is not yours and send it back to source or send it back to its source with love, okay? And that service is $55. All right, so if you're interested in that, please email me and I will send you a PayPal link and let's get into these readings. Taurus, I don't know what was actually on the bottom of the deck when this card fell out. But I had my eyes closed and I was shuffling. And, you know, this is the card about deception. This is also my you played yourself card. Okay, and when I was trying to connect to your energy, honestly, it wasn't like there was density or perpetuating, you know, like a block or something like that. But like there was also no flow. It was almost as if your spiritual energy is currently outside of you. You know what I mean? It's like you stepped outside of it. And now I don't know if something occurred in which you were deceived and therefore like you stepped outside your intuition, or you're being deceived because you stepped outside your intuition, because you stepped outside your spiritual connection, or because maybe you positioned yourself where you are like seeking the guidance of others and the value of others' words over what your intuition is telling you. Like, it's weird because I've never had energy resonate like this before. It literally felt like there was like a cloak of energy around you. But it was light, like it was white. So it's not like there's something negative that's blocking you from connecting to your spirit. It's like you purposely took your intuition, took your spirit out of yourself and just like hung it around you instead. And it's kind of almost acting as like a Harry Potter invisibility cloak type of thing. And, you know, so if you're trying to be deceptive, Taurus, in any way, even if you're unconsciously being deceptive, right? It's like you may think you're not being seen now because you have your cloak on or whatever. However, those that have foresight, those that are tuned into their intuition, and those that have it very much internalized on themselves will see what you're doing. Because it's like deception now, see the truth later. Because it doesn't really matter, I guess, what card was on the bottom of the deck when this fell out, because I stopped when the Hanged Man was on the bottom of the deck. So it's like you need to be deceived now to find out later how you kind of got yourself tied up in this situation And you're going to have to take a pause, and then the enlightenment will come to you. Okay, so that same spiritual cloak that you have created to mask yourself from the truth of this scenario, it's almost like you wanted to live in your own void, Taurus. That same cloth will then hang you to take a step back. It's like it will be the same doing. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a little weird. It's like your doing now will be your undoing later type of thing. And obviously the energy can be reversed. It can be done to you, but I'm feeling as though it's coming from you because it's your energy that I'm connecting to you. And we all have times where we do this to ourselves, Taurus. So it's like no shade. It's, we all go through periods of time where we're just not hearing our intuition clearly. And Cancer season is rough. It makes us face a lot of stuff that, is very deep and is very familial, and it has to do with, raw forms of love. And just because you're ruled by Venus doesn't mean that you're in touch fully with your emotions. A lot of, you're stubborn. That's just a trait of being, I love Tauruses, but that's what it is, and you can't be stubborn with this anymore. Yep, see? The clarity is going to come in hot and fast. It will come. It will come. Probably from somebody else. Somebody's going to come tell you. Yeah, behind that is the Page of Swords. Somebody's going to come tell you what it is. Jeez. Because there's something that you weren't happy about, right? Probably the way that you share energy in relationships. And with the Sun here, this also guarantees clarity. Like, you're going to see what role you have been playing in this power dynamic. You will receive clarity on how you have been happy or unhappy and how you have played your role in perpetuating that vibe. And as it relates to other people, right? Family and friendships, I'm feeling. You will see how at times you are the one that is restrictive and holds all the chips, so to speak, and you decide how much people get of you, and then in turn how that makes you the pauper and have to then beg for certain levels of attention. I'm feeling attention and money as well. Like, if this is related to career, the whole idea is that you have been going about it the wrong way. Like, you haven't been listening to your intuition when it comes to finding what you want out of work. And the clarity that you receive, this fast, hot insight that you receive that comes in, will shed full light on how you can recalibrate your relationship with money, how you do or do not feel deserving of money. Like, there's an opportunity here to get everything back in line. Absolutely. But there needs to be an acknowledgement of where your feelings have been at and how you've maybe cast those aside and tried not to consider them. Okay? Your happiness is important. And if you're not happy, like, instead of just like being stuck in unhappiness and saying like, it's fine, do something about it. You have the opportunity this month to do something about it. Okay? You deserve to be happy, Taurus, just like anybody else. Whether it be in work or in your spiritual life or in your, your home life, you deserve to get your fair share. But that means you also have to give other people their fair share. And that means you also have to give your best to people so that people can also give them your best, give you their best. Okay? We know you want to stay, fixed in yourself and stubborn and in your pocket. But if you want people to stick around and you want jobs to stick around and you want happiness to stick around, you have to be open to trying new things. 4 again, right? This has to do with authority and you creating a new relationship with authority and with what, what's important to you, like on a moral level. How can you look at what has transpired in a more mature fashion, right? There's a fairness I'm feeling here. Not like fair in your favor necessarily fair, but fair in the like, well, this is just the right thing. You know what I mean? Like on a morality thing. Hey, Taurus. All right, so this is kind of interesting. The energy here is similar to the beginning, but I don't see you taking Spirit's advice this month. Maybe later, maybe later into August, um, which is too bad. I don't know why I feel like sad for Taurus. I mean, Taurus is part of my Earth tribe. I want them to grow. I want them to flourish. I want you guys to flourish. So your overall energy this month is the moon. So this kind of makes sense what I was talking about earlier, very Neptunian energy, right? Obviously Neptune's retrograde in Pisces. It's almost like kind of not wanting to deal with the spiritual truth of what is transpiring in your life. Because even if these cards are mostly related to your career and work, because we're in Cancer season, I found pretty much every reading somehow involves family. Your nuclear family or your chosen family, like your friends. And obviously, when we talk about the cards in a spiritual sense, they're always going to apply to all aspects of our life because our inner world reflects our outer world. So with the moon card here, this month, Taurus, I think that you have a lot on your mind and you're not really quite sure what to make of all of it. And, I overall think you're confused, partially because you pushed away your intuition, partially because, again, I think you've consulted other people about what you feel and what you intuitively know. I'm also feeling like because you keep to yourself a lot, the stories that you share with people are not the whole story. So obviously the advice that they're going to give you is not fully based on the truth, So I don't see this as lying, but I see this as like half-truths, with omission. And then that leads you to be more confused because obviously whatever they tell you is going to be out of alignment of what the reality is, right? What the truth of the situation is. So there's really a need here overall to get clear and to be honest with yourself and others. And I think finally really acknowledge how you feel and also communicate that to the people around you. In a more empathetic way. Because Taurus is very steadfast, right? You guys are very steadfast, and it's like you show a lot of your love silently, just by being there, by being present, and by being, a part of people's life. But other people love differently, and they need to hear from you that you love them in different ways. Or that if you love your job or you don't love your job. It's like there's overall here, I think people in your life are confused about you, Taurus, and you're also confused about what's going on in your life. Whatever situation it is and I'm about to describe, okay, whether it applies to, your spiritual life, your family life, your friends, or your work, overall, I think that there's some things that you've misjudged, and we all misjudge things at different times. Like, there's a needing to get clear on what is reality and what is just like our own fears and what is our projections, right? So what we need to leave behind is the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. And the rune we have here is Journey. A lot of signs have been getting this rune. So the Emperor had come up before, and the Emperor here really speaks to, I think, like you having to not be so stubborn and not be so firm on things like being on your terms. With the Nine of Cups here, this kind of feels like to me like a little bit like sticking to your idea, like sticking to your morals and like your code. And it's like, well, my way or the highway type of energy. And you may be happy with that now, but like if you continue on the journey like this, right, eventually people aren't going to be with you really anymore. You're going to feel alone even when people are around you because there's a very isolated type of energy here. Yes, the Emperor is strong and he can provide, for his family, and he can provide this sense of stability and again steadfastness, but he's also very stoic. And with the Nine of Cups here, it's like, well, I like being me and I like being stoic and that's just who I am and I'm happy like this. And this is enough for me. But with the rune journey here, it's saying like, this is telling me like along your journey, you'll find that the things that we stand for change. And the things that we're willing to do for happiness, because happiness doesn't always just include ourselves, it includes others. And it includes, you know, things that sometimes we deny ourselves out of being more fixated on what we need to bring ourselves materially. But you're at the point in your journey now where I think Spirit is asking you to reevaluate what it is that you hold of high importance in your life. And maybe consider taking a different road to reignite and reconnect to a strong relationship, job, friendship, family that can really build into the future. Because that's the Spirit's advice for you. The Two of Cups with the Three of Wands, right? So the Three of Wands clarifies the Two of Cups. So what kind of relationship? A relationship with longevity. A relationship that is planning and going towards the future. And you have the strength rune here. So this is a very firm bond that Spirit is advising you to create and or mend, Taurus. Again, this can be with an employer. This can be you going for a job that will provide for you and your family long into the future, right? Making plans on what your 10-year plan could be. Like this is like a projection type of thing. This also feels like friendship to me. Relationships changing form. In order to go the distance, like something needs to change in the relationship, but it's very positive. And again, it's a very strong bond. Whoever this is that you're dealing with, or the job that you want to be dealing with, or the friend that you're not wanting to deal with, it's like recognize how evolutionary this opportunity in bond with someone or that experience is. It can be very enlightening. It will bring you to new horizons. You just need to get clear on it. You just need to get clear on your intuition and listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. The door that's now open for you that was once closed, again, we have the Knight of Wands along with the King of Swords. And the rune we have here is Wisdom. So again, with the King of Swords clarifying the Knight of Wands is something coming in fast, potentially a message or an insight. If you finally let your intuition through, I think this can be an insight. And this can either be about a King of Wands, right, about an air sign, or someone that is very detached, someone who has not been engaging with you on an emotional level and maybe just like a very cut and dry, like formal level. But also with the rune Wisdom here, I feel as though you, Taurus, are going to get a new vantage point, right? A new clear vantage point on the situation, like a new level of wisdom on the scenario. Now, the way I usually read these cards is like, this is the door that's not open. So this energy doesn't happen to you. It's available to you. Usually to seize this energy, you have to take Spirit's advice. So it's like by recognizing the strength of a relationship or an opportunity to create a relationship that is going to go far in the future and is aligned with progress, you must accept this insight about a King of Swords, about someone that has been detached but is also very wise and analytical, or you are going to get insight about, you know, that gives you a new foresight, perspective, wise, knowledgeable perspective, and it kind of takes you out of your feelings. Like it's like whatever, if there has been resistance, it would take you out of your feelings and just make you see things very clearly. This could also be that you have to send this message. Because you get the insight, you have to send the message. But I mean, I'm going to get here in a second, but based on how this pans out, I'm not sure, you know, if you did send the message or the message is not well received. Because I know I'm skipping your energy, but the outcome is the Page of Wands with the Five of Pentacles, and the rune that we have here is protection. The protection rune fell on the Page of Wands. So it's like with the protection rune here, I'm almost feeling like maybe the message you sent, like you kind of held back, or the other person was kind of like unreceptive. Or you didn't send the message, right? You just got the idea. You were inspired to send it, but you didn't really want to because you would rather protect yourself. And then that puts you feeling like, you know, you're like, you know what? Though I got the idea, like I'm not really trying to do all that because this person has made me feel like I'm alone and they're isolated from me and I'm just going to isolate myself back. And, you know, if this is work, like, this is like you getting there's an opportunity in the air, right? Or in that you catch wind of, but out of fear of rejection, you decide not to go for it. You decide not to apply. You find out information that you choose not to use, I feel, Taurus. Because the Five of Pentacles doesn't happen to us. We allow the Five of Pentacles. That's how these energies work, like when it comes to minor arcanas like this. Especially the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is like just feeling like nothing, you know, nothing can go your way. Like no matter what you do, you're just iced out and, you know, no one has your back. And, you know, it's just not, you know, you're not feeling your best self. But I feel like you're protecting yourself. That veil I was talking about, it's like that is her, like, look at, this woman has to use that veil now as a coat because she's isolated herself. So this doesn't even have to be physical isolation. This could be like you're protecting yourself from the opportunity of your dreams by keeping this Neptunian cloak wrapped around you, protecting you from what's really, really available to you. Because the Five of Pentacles is needing to realize that you're not alone. That you are surrounded with people that love you and opportunities that will make you thrive. You just have to acknowledge them. And I think this is something that you'd be really passionate about if this is work. So you just have to believe that you can have it. You don't need to protect yourself, Taurus. Protect yourself from what? You know, the universe only wants you to be benevolent. So there's no need to have fear. I know I read this reading like so lopsided, but in your energy for July, in your head, you have the Nine of Swords. In your heart, the Page of Pentacles. And in your foundation, the Six of Cups. As soon as I saw the Six of Cups, I thought forgiveness. Like, and again, this goes back to family and friends here. You taking into account, like, what matters to you, right? This is kind of the same energy here. It's a less intense energy. Needing to recount, you know, the good times and the bad times and see what, you know, what should I do about this? You know, if I want to have this harmonious, like, good feeling space in my life all the time, like, what am I going to do to create that? We were talking about that in the beginning. The rune I have on the Page of Pentacles is constraint. And it was on your heart space, right? So with the Page of Pentacles in your heart, again, this talks about you being like, you know, you have the opportunity to go after what you want, to speak your truth, to, you know, mend a relationship, to mend a family situation. Like, you know you have the opportunity, but you're restrained. Why? Because you have the Nine of Pentacles in your head. You're worried, you're anxious, you're overanalyzing anything that has occurred instead of just acting on your spiritual knowledge, right? Because the wands are talking about spirit, it's fire, right? Acting on you being inspired to do. And it's like, that's what intuition does. It inspires. So you're purely restricting yourself, Taurus. Whatever it is that has not come in for you or has not fully manifested for you, it is because in some way or another you feel unworthy. And even if things have transpired that make you feel unworthy, you have to realize at the end of the day that if you feel that way, if someone, you know, quote, made you feel that way, that's because you already hold that vibration. And I know that sucks, but we all go through those periods. Jeez. I move through life knowing that I am safe divinely protected and guided. See, we just talked about you doing the most to protect yourself, but God got you. I just told this to Aries. My consciousness is filled with healthy, positive, loving thoughts that reflect themselves in my experience. Well, that matches up perfectly with what you need to know in your brain. Maybe you should say that to yourself for the next, couple weeks, Taurus. I'm going to give you one of the Abraham Hicks cards, too, because I know you need some vibrational alignment advice. Guys, if you've never listened to Abraham Hicks' teachings on YouTube, I highly suggest it. I highly, highly suggest it. Abraham Hicks got me, Esther and Jerry got me out of some really sticky times in life. Like when nothing else made sense, their law-based premises really, it's just, for those of you that know, comment below if you've used Abraham Hicks to heal your life or heal your mind in some way, and tell the other people. I'll be sure to approve all those comments. Tell everybody how epic. A belief is only a thought I keep thinking. See? Wisdom. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. A belief is only your habit of thought. It's only a practice thought. A belief is only a thought that you think a lot. So if a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking, and you keep thinking a thought that is in opposition to what you want, then the reason you don't get what you want is because you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want. Well, Taurus, that's what we talked about all reading. You can stay with your current morals and ideals, but the happiness in the Nine of Cups happens alone. It's contentness. Why not have the 10th cup? I don't know why I said 5th. Why not have more? Why not take measures to strengthen your bonds and strengthen the world around you? Because a belief is only a thought that you keep on thinking. So once you're willing to fill your thoughts in your mind with flourishing concepts, I am abundant, worthy, and ready. Abundance is my birthright, and I claim it now. I am surrounded by loving, empathetic, compassionate people that are focused on progress. What are you going to do to retrain your brain? I highly suggest Abraham Hicks for you guys this month. Literally type in Abraham Hicks and then whatever word you're struggling with. Friendship, money, career, purpose, whatever. It doesn't matter. Something will come up and it'll be epic. I promise. Okay? Talk to you soon about love. Peace.